Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. This podcast um, is brought to you by the Max Vault. So check out the Max Vault for your latest upcoming news and stuff like that. But yeah, man, what's going on? Yeah, I sponsored my own self. That's what happened. That's my page. But hope everybody's doing well. Transfer portal news. Now I'm gonna say that Colorado needs a whale investor, and I'm gonna talk about what I mean by that because it's starting to come out now what happened with Jordan Seaton. An insider talked about what exactly happened in his situation. A lot of people are feeling a certain type of way about Jordan Seaton, but I'm not. Hopefully, he do get the money, and it's okay that somebody tampered. I told you the top teams tamper, and Colorado doesn't have the finances to keep somebody like Jordan Seaton. Now he said that. Now I'm going to tell you we're going to get into what Matt said here, what was that he heard in the background. And but my question is though, if another team is willing to pay him an astronomical amount of money, that means you guys can't afford him. That's what that means. Is he deserves it. He earned it. And he's saying that then what did Matt say? He talking slick. He said that well, he could be a top 5 pick if he works hard. And guys, do you see him working hard in these videos? He putting in work with the future Hall of Fame right tackle. All I see this kid is working hard. That's all I see. That's all I see is working hard. So you can't say that he's not working hard and saying that, instead of just being good at the game, you got to put the work in. He is putting the work in. Um, he is putting the work in. So it's a lot of negative press being put on Jordan Seaton, and it's for no reason. Y'all just couldn't afford him. But you guys made sure a few people on that team got paid, but you just can't pay everybody because there's a few people on that team that got paid, in the past. But you guys just are not in order for them to really compete in the playoffs and really compete here, they're gonna have to pay some big name talent or develop the talent. And it's gonna take a couple years. You can develop them, but it's gonna take a few years. It's gonna take a few years for you to develop this team. Okay. It's not gonna happen next season. Okay. They can win 6 or 7 games, but we're talking about playoffs. This team is not here. Indiana has more money. They got Mark Cuban. So what he's saying is what was told to him was Jordan Seaton was tampered with. I guess they're trying to. You're not going to get the other team in trouble. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get the other team in trouble because this is more than likely a big name program. And you're not gonna get that person in trouble by saying that you guys tampered with Jordan Seaton. That's not gonna get them in trouble. Okay. It more than likely, I told you there was somebody that came along and gave him an offer that he can't refuse. So when they're talking about tampering, okay, whoever he signs with, is that the team that tampered? We don't know. It's right now it's gonna be whatever team he likes to go to, whatever he wants to go to, because he has his pick. He has Oregon, he has Miami, he has LSU, and he has another one. And like I said, he gave Colorado 2 years of his time. What more do some of these people want? He gave you 2 years. Travis gave y'all 2 years. Shadur gave y'all 2 years. You ain't say nothing about them because Shadur could have came back. He could have came back. He didn't have to go to the NFL. He could have came back for another season. Travis could have came back for another season. Okay, they did what was best for them, and he's doing what's best for him. This doesn't smell right. It still doesn't. I'm trying to move on from this, but they keep talking. You know what I'm saying? They keep talking about it. Listen, I told you tampering goes on. I know for a fact tampering goes on. So what? So what? If I have the money, yes, I'm gonna go get your players. Yes, I'm gonna get all your players. Okay, because it's competitive. This is if y'all can't compete, y'all got to go find a whale that's gonna be able to compete. You guys going to have to be able to find a will to do it. You know what I'm saying? If not, you're going to get you're going to get eaten up. And that's for certain. You're going to get eaten up in this ball game. It used to be like that back in the day. You didn't think these players got paid back in the day? Of course they did, but it was like Ed O'Garin said. He said what they said to Coach O'Garin. What's the difference between now and back then? He said we can walk in through the front door now and not through the back door with the money. Bro, he's going to another college, man. We don't have to keep, dude. He's not coming back to see you, man. He's not. This is not everything's not a conspiracy theory. Colorado can't afford him. They can't afford him. And yeah, his cousin is going there, but that's not had nothing to do with Jordan Seaton. His cousin is looking for an opportunity. He see what happened to Jordan. Why wouldn't he come there and ball out and go get a big paycheck? Because they can't provide the big paycheck. They cannot. They cannot provide the big paycheck. They can provide the big paycheck for a few players, but not like a Oregon, not like a LSU, not like Ohio State. They can't provide a bag like that because Jordan Seaton is worth the money. He is. He's worth the money. I don't care what they say. See, you're going to have people that come on and try to sway your opinion because this doesn't look right. I'm telling you guys right now, the hype is over with. It's over with. The hype, there's no more hype now. There's no more hype. Okay? We're going to see what the defense is all about this year. We're just going to have to wait and see. Okay? Hype is over, though. I honestly think part of this kind of backfired. Like, coach didn't get the players like he really wanted to get. He never got them when he came to see you. I'm talking about the big name players that are bona fide, like a Caleb Downs. I'm talking about like those type of players. He couldn't get those. He did get Travis. He did get Jordan. He got him out of high school. You're going to have to develop these people out of high school, man. The transfer portal is cool, but some of these people I'm looking at that's coming in, they got no production. They don't. They might be depth pieces. I know somebody told me they could be depth pieces. I understand that. But where are the rest of the big dogs at? So we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, everybody talking about the go-go offense, this and that. Do you listen? There's a team right now in the Big 12. They are studying the fuck out of that offense right now to stop them. Okay? They're studying right now. The coaches are putting the time in the film room right now. Is Colorado coaches doing that? Are they putting work in the film room on their opponents right now? Are they doing that? Because right now, there's a coach or an analyst right now that's looking at that offense to figure out how they're going to stop it. And watch this. They're gonna trade notes with other coaches that try to stop him. Because remember, I go back to what Klatt said, Joel Klatt. He said coaches are banding together here to embarrass this person, to embarrass this coach. So you could bring in a new offense all you want to, but you're going to have people right now studying it. This is how we stop it. They're studying around the clock to embarrass this team. This is not the only college football program in America. They are studying this team right now. Okay, that's what they're up against. It's a lot of pressure this year. They have to win. But if I was facing CU on my calendar, I'm studying that offense. Okay, that offense is all that, huh? Let me put the work in and study it so I can figure out how to beat y'all. Okay, this is who you got on your personnel. Okay, cool. Let me look at how this go-go works. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to get my Dom Capers on, and I'm going to stop it. He don't have to enroll by Tuesday. He's not trolling. He's in the portal. I'm hearing this. He's in the portal. He's not coming back. I don't know why y'all keep saying he trolling. People hit the portal all the time. It's not a big deal. I mean, the Nebraska quarterback hit the portal. The Arizona State quarterback hit the portal. Cam Coleman hit the portal. Big name players hit the portal all the time. It's not a big deal. It's just that they couldn't afford them. It's not a big deal. And it's not a big deal that his cousin is coming there. Because if I was his cousin, I would come there. Because all you got to do is go there and ball out. And you're going to go get a big paycheck somewhere. Yeah, I would definitely go there if even if Jordan is not there. I would definitely go there. You know what I'm saying? This is a spot where I think he could play at, and he could really do good and help win some ball games and build up his career. It's nothing wrong with hitting the transfer portal. It's just it's okay if they all they have to say is they couldn't afford him. That's all they have to say. And what they have to do is they have to find an investor, somebody like a Mark Cuban or a billionaire to come along to help them out. That's all they need. I guarantee you, if he had that, we wouldn't have this conversation. He will get all the players he want, but he just that university up there, they really not buying into his philosophy, because I could tell by the way Matt and these other players are talking. They used to play there. They don't like him. They don't. I don't care how Matt slice it and dice it. He said, "Well, I'm always going to be a part of CU and this and that." Blah blah. Listen, if I was a coach, I wouldn't have nothing to do with you because you made it personal. He said, "Look at what happened to Benson at Indiana." Oh, as a matter of fact, when did the game start? Did they play already, or did they? I'm so out of touch. Hold on. Speaking of that, oh shoot, hold on. Wait a minute, I'm confused. It's on now. It's getting ready to come on in about okay. So I got 30 minutes to talk. All right, cool. All right, thank you. I'm like, wait a minute. It's coming on in about 30 minutes. Yeah, it's a lot that they won't say. And I understand that. Everybody trying to save face. You just couldn't afford the kid. That's all. They said that what happened was somebody he got tampered with, and his uncle had something to do with it. And he contacted Colorado, Seaton, and pressed them and asking them could they match it. And they pretty much said no. And he making it seem like, we getting secondhand information because I don't know what about Matt. You said what happened to Benson? He playing tonight. DS Bull. He's on the Indiana team. He's starting. He's the starting right tackle. He's playing tonight. But yeah, Benson's playing tonight in Indiana. Um, but he's saying that yeah, he playing tonight. You'll be able to see him tonight. Now, he's trying to say that he pressed him for money, and he said Coach Prime was blindsided by it, and they couldn't match his offer, and he hit the portal. And they said Seaton had an attitude, and he hit the portal. Now that's coming from Matt. I don't believe that though, because here's the thing, something don't seem right here. You know why? Yeah, number 67. You know why something doesn't seem right here? Because Seaton is not saying anything. The uncle is not saying anything. They're the ones all doing the talking. Coach Prime is not saying anything either. So how do we know Coach didn't say, go get that money, kid? God bless you. Go get the money. We don't know that. They both got the same agent. Do that make sense to you? You can't hate on somebody you got the same agent. It's like it's in the same family. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna hate on somebody got the same agent, man? So think about it. Look, yeah, bring your cousin here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you give me them tickets now. I appreciate it, man. Go get that money, kid. Go get that money. Because he gave him 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And now he's saying that Jordan need to put more work in, but then on the same token, he making it seem like it's the coaches too. So he flip flopping. He's going back and forth. He flip flopping. He just, for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? He flip flopping. But the fact of the matter is they couldn't afford him. Somebody made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And here's it. Then he also said on the same token, he don't blame him for taking the money. Nobody should blame him for taking the money. If somebody is willing to pay you all that money to play for 1 year, why wouldn't you accept it? This is business at the end of the day. And I'm gonna tell you something. It had to be the coaching staff for not developing them. Because how the hell how the hell Benson is playing tonight? How he couldn't how come Benson is not successful at CU, but he's successful at Indiana? Somebody tell me that. It's the coaching. It's the schemes. They messed up. You can't just go to Indiana and be playing for a national title team. You been knew how to play. They just didn't know how to use them right. They just didn't have the schemes right. It's the offensive coordinator was messed up. You had a quarterback that took a godly amount of sacks. You know what I'm saying? He took a godly amount of sacks. He held on to the ball too long, and he took a god amount of sacks. Okay, you're supposed to get rid of that ball. That's a lot that have not knocking Shadur because they need him now, but that's what happened. It wasn't nothing. Wasn't no knock on Benson like he was garbage. Because if he was garbage, he wouldn't be playing tonight. So it was a coaching. Okay, it was a coaching. And they can't even keep coaches to save their life. I mean, Phil Loholt left. So why they get mad at Jordan Seaton? Marshall Falk only stayed there for 1 year. So what's the problem? Why Matt sitting up here talking shit? Marshall Falk left. Marshall Falk left. They even got new conditioning coaches. There's nothing stayed the same there. Nothing. Okay. So just because a player leaves, you go get another player. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you need somebody like Jordan Seaton to win. You do. You need somebody like that. I'm not saying it's not a huge loss. It is. It is a very huge loss. But you just couldn't afford them. That's all. You just at this point, guys, they need a whale. They need a whale investor. That's what they need. Yeah, it's the coaching optimistic. I mean, I'm being honest, it's the coaching. And he supposedly has corrected this year. Coach Prime supposedly had corrected it by getting a new offensive coordinator. I'm not sure though. He got a lot of pressure on him, dog. But he'll be up for the challenge. This new offensive coordinator, I saw how he talks. He's very intelligent. He's very ambitious, young man. However, he is in for a tall task because if they don't get to a bowl game this year, he on the hot seat. If they don't get to a bowl game, it's a lot of and here's another thing. They under an insurmountable amount of pressure, and the football players, I hope they're ready for it because they're gonna be under a lot of pressure too. Them coaches gonna give it to them. They are in for it. They are in for it. Um, and you might say to yourself, why are they in for a lot of pressure? Just because you know how the media is. That's why. That's why. It's not that. I mean, to build a program, it takes some years, right? So it shouldn't be no pressure, but you know how it is with the media. They have a love-hate relationship for Prime. But for him, though, he just have to not hear anything. He just don't have to hear the noise. But he do hear the noise, though. He do. I think he don't hear it. He does hear it. He does hear the noise. But if I was him, I wouldn't even want to hear the noise. It was the coaching. It was that because we all agreed to it. We were talking when I say the coaching, what are we talking about here with the coaching? The offensive coordinator has to put together some schemes and plays in a system for each game, right? Well, it didn't work. Their play calling didn't work. That's what I mean by the coaching. Okay. That's what I mean with that. Um, Not that it's all the coaching because you only, and another thing is, did they have all the personnel that they needed? You have to say that. Did they really? They could have used some more linebackers. And I hate to keep saying that because I don't want to down the players because they did the best that they could do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep saying it's the personnel. But see, because even Coach Prime said it, that this team is better than one last year. I honestly believe it was, but something happened. Something happened. And I don't want to keep saying about the players because it's hard to play football. Because they be listening, guys. They do. They be, you would think people don't be listening. They do be listening. So it had to be something with the play calling. So as long as he got that corrected and Marion, he seems like a very intelligent person. He's very intelligent. Not saying he is very intelligent. And he's been around a while. And this is what I don't like though, what they're saying about this offense. It's designed, you don't have to be a great player to win. I don't like that. Because you're going to be facing great players in the Big 12. You're going to be facing them. You got to have some great players on the team. And I don't want to have the mentality where you don't have to be. We don't need Seaton to win. Yes, you do. Yes, you do need them. It's good to have them, then don't. But, like I said, they did bring in an offensive lineman from Rutgers. Nobody's talking about him. He should be getting a lot of hype right now. They got their successor. So, but I would have loved to see him and Jordan Seaton and Larry Johnson on the same team because Larry Johnson's still there. Um, yeah, Larry Johnson's still there. He has an NFL. He's gonna be in the NFL one day as well. So yeah, just couldn't afford him. That's all. It happens. But I want to know where he's going though. And I'm gonna really get on that team. We'll see. We'll see where he go. I think it's gonna be. I don't know, man. He met with Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin probably really gave him what he wanted. He's like, I got the money over here. Just come on over here, man. We could talk some business and talk NFL. And look, this is what he's gonna say. You said, let's go, Indiana. That's right. Thank you for the blessing. Um, thank you for the blessing there. And my sister's keeper, thank you. PYP. So I'm gonna tell you if I was a coach, what I'll be saying. Listen, Jordan, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be perfectly look, I know how to talk. I'm gonna be like this. Jordan, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. You have NFL aspirations and you will go to the NFL. As long as you don't get hurt, you will go. We know this. You're gonna get your opportunity. Okay. I will look dead in his face and say this. I'm like, you're gonna get your opportunity. You're on the right track, but you're on the wrong train. Okay. You're not going in the top 5 if you stay at Colorado. You're not. And I will play on everything. I will make sure that kid won't leave there. I'm like, listen, you see what they did with 12, right? They fucked him over. What you think they're gonna do to you? Whatever you got to do to get them, they're gonna get them. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do to get them. This is a dirty business. This is a dirty business. This is what I've been talking about. This is the real competition between the coaches right now. Who they could get in their program. They're competing right now. They tried to get Travis, but it didn't work. Okay, they didn't like that Travis went to Jackson State. You crazy? They didn't like that, and they were braggadocio about it too. They didn't like that. They had enough of prime when he played. I'm telling y'all this. The braggadocio and stuff like that, they had enough of them. And they want to compete against him on right now. This is competition right now. They competing against prime right now. That's why they want Jordan. There they was tampering to get him. Of course they were tampering. They were tampering last year. Coach mentioned it last year. He said, "Stop messing with my players now." He said, "I'm gonna say something. Stop contacting my players." He said, "Thank you for the blessing." You say you hope Jordan go to LSU. I'm a native excuse me. I'm a native of Louisiana, and I live in Texas now. Okay, okay. So you a LSU fan? Okay, so we got an LSU fan right here. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for the blessing. But somebody said, look, I am my sister's keeper. We got somebody said to you. Okay, they counteracting what you're saying here now. They saying, wait a minute, he might have to go to the U. You said the 2024 Buffs, excuse me, the 2024 Buffs was a good team on paper. However, the starting quarterback was awful. It was like Salter was, you mean the 2025 team. It was like Salter was trying to sabotage the program. His passing, decision, leadership skills was horrible. We'll never know. We'll never know. But he lit it up at where he was at. Sometime when you go to other programs, it just don't work out. You said that's why players. You said that's why players need good people around them. Travis didn't fall for it, and it didn't stop him from going second in the draft. Well, Travis is one of a kind. Was going to go one. He was going to go 1 or 2 in the draft, regardless. He was at CU. He's one of a kind. He was already a pro already. Um, but the thing is, this is what Jordan is not Travis. He's not. He's his own man. See, we make our own decisions. Everybody not gonna like his decision. Why would he stay at Colorado and when he can go to Miami and get better coaching? Think about it. And I'm not trying to knock the coaches at Colorado right now, but they're not like Miami. That's just 100. Thank you for the blessing. I'm my sister's keeper. You awesome. You said Jordan will be eating good, of course, but it's an opportunity for him. Think about this, guys. The players that's coming in to see you, they have a hell of an opportunity right now. Uh, Listen, a hell of an opportunity. All you got to do is ball out. They get players in the NFL. Look at what he did for Staub. He got Staub at Tennessee. He got connections, and now Staub is at Tennessee right now. So he can get you somewhere if you ball and do the right thing. He gonna get you out of that portal. You're not gonna stay in the portal because he had LSU, he had Tennessee now. Staub wants to play. He wants an opportunity. So they gave him the blessing. All right, we'll get in there. We'll help you out. But I just want to say this, like to Neely, he's when he keep talking, it don't look good because he said, "Oh, well, this person's stats, we're getting better production coming in." No, you're not. Not for some of them. Some of them barely played last year. That's coming in. But what are they coming in for though? They're coming in for the opportunity. They're coming in to seize the moment. They're coming in to show out. That's all they have to do is get y'all in the bowl game, and the price don't went up, baby. You hear me? If I can see you in the bowl game, if I could be a part of that team, the rejuvenation team, and get him in the bowl game, guess what? Last year's price is not this year's price. Okay? Look, more money, and more money. That's it. But you gotta ball out and go get there. But a lot of these players that's coming in, they look different. I'm just gonna tell you that. They come in to make a name for themselves. Okay? Yeah, they barely even played last season, but guess what? They see the writing on the wall here. They see an opportunity. Shit, all they gotta do is work hard. They could play on this team, work hard and study film. You're gonna get an opportunity. So I'm not knocking them there. They will win some games this year. Okay. But don't think that these other teams are not studying this offense to try to figure it out to stop it. You said they're getting way better production. I know you said that, but they now some of the players they also getting depth pieces. Okay, you could say that too. You could say depth pieces because the guy that coming in that's real big, y'all said he's the biggest. He didn't play much last year. Some people are saying he need to lose weight, but I don't know. Let's see how he move. I know he'll clog up that middle. I know that, right? I know that's it. He's strong. He got to be strong. But they still not done yet. They still gonna get more players, even though the portal is closed. They can still take players out the portal. Okay, so they still got some work to do. And next thing you know, it's gonna be winter conditioning. You know how Coach Prime meet with the team? He meet with the team for the first time, and it's on from there, yo. It's on from there. It's on from there. Yeah, a lot of them are listen. They not looking at this. They have a bias, right? And it sounds like it too. They know this shit stinks, but they trying to slice it and dice it. It's okay. They have to. You're not gonna sit there and talk bad about the people that you're working for. You said his friendship close to prime. He ain't today. Nothing wrong. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being biased. Of course you are, but I'm looking at it objectively here. Like, yeah, you could use a person like Jordan Seaton. If you can't afford him, you can't afford him. It's okay. Somebody is going to throw him. You know why they're doing that? Just so that Prime can't have him. I'm telling you, I think that's what they're doing. Yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw this kid a lot of money to get him away from him. They don't want Prime to win. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, I know this for they don't. I mean, I don't know it for a fact because I can't prove it. They don't want him to win. How do I know they're not paying players to throw games, yo? I don't know. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the highlights of the Georgia Tech game. Go watch it. It should be a crime that Tafik didn't play that game. It should be a crime. That should be a crime scene. He should have been starting. That should have been a crime scene, man. There might be some sabotaging going on. You said no playoffs. Yeah, of course, a bowl game. I think they get it to a bowl game for sure this year. As long as they got the players that's coming in that really want to ball and want to make a name for themselves, of course, they can get to it. They can get to it this year. They can get to it. Yeah, there's so much corruption in sports. I'm telling you, I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. And you know what? It is what it is, man. It's not fair in life. People cheat. That's how it is. That's how it's been with us. We have to work extremely hard for everything we have in life, whether you in the workforce, if you're the only meatball in the rice, you have to be perfect. They're always looking at you. They always think you a threat. You're always being stared at. That's why I retired. I retired early. I said I'm working for myself for now, and I'm never, ever, ever, ever going back to work for them people. Never, never again. Um, it's if it is, I'm gonna be independent. It's just you got to work extremely hard. People are cheating. They don't have to work extremely hard as you do. There's always something. It's always the playing field is not fair. That's how great we are because the playing field is not fair. If it was fair, we had equal competition, then I could see. But it's not because we dominate everything. We even created hockey. People don't know that. We created it. We created the fucking sport, hockey. It was freed slaves that moved to Canada that created hockey. We created everything, man. That's why everything is the way it is. They didn't want him to have Travis. They didn't. They giving Shadur a hard time. They making it like he can't even play football. And they making up stories to they're making up stories to shatter his character. Because I don't believe he said that about Tom Brady. They're saying that he laughed and made a joke saying that why would I look up to Tom Brady? His wife cheated on him with the help. I don't believe he said that. I truly don't believe he said it because if he don't, he's not gonna be in the league long. If he really did say that, he'll be in the league. He'll stay 2 more years and they'll be done with him. If he really did say that. If he really did say that, because Tom got pulled in the league. Oh, Tafik was hurt. Okay. Tom got pulled in the league. He do. People respect him. He got pulled. He's loved like that. Because Tom put the work in. Shador didn't put the work in like Tom put in yet. He put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So if he did say that, I don't believe he said that, guys. I just don't believe it. Because if he did, he's not gonna play football long. He might be figuring out something else to do. They're gonna get him out of there. Especially if he ain't apologized, yeah, they're gonna get him out of there. There's certain things you don't disrespect. You know what I mean? That's disrespectful. So I don't think he disrespected like that. I think they lied. And I think he should have said something. But the fact that he ain't say nothing is concerning. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, if they lying on you like that, say something, man. I didn't say that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that. They took my words out of context. I didn't say that, but he didn't say nothing. So I don't know. Did he say it or not? But there was a reason why he slipped in the draft. It wasn't because of his talent. Because he had the talent. He was clearly the either number one or number two best quarterback in the draft. And I'm saying that because I like Cam too. You said how you know he did. I don't know he did. I don't know. I don't know if he did or not, but if he did, he ain't gonna be in the league long. They gonna fuck him over because that's disrespectful. He's not worth it. If he really did disrespect Tom like that, he's not worth it. There's something wrong with him. But I don't believe he said it. I don't believe he said it. And I just don't believe he said that. Like, because when I heard that, I said, no, not Shador. He's a respectful young man. He wouldn't do nothing like that. But if he did, though, he's not gonna be there long. He not. They're gonna keep him in Cleveland, and Deshaun is gonna be the starter. He's not gonna play. And then eventually they're gonna be like, after that, after he negotiate, he might go to another team, and then that'll be it. I've seen it happen before. I've seen this happen before. They get people like that out of the league if they feel like you're a head case. But I just don't believe he said it. Yeah, Prime taught him, but I don't believe that. But I don't know why Skip and them saying that though. I think also, guys, you got to understand there's a machine in place. Yeah, I would have to. He would have to tell me he said it. He would have to tell me. Then I'm like, Shador, you made a mistake. If he do say that, I'm like, yo, you need to contact Tom, dog. You need to contact him and you need to publicly apologize if you did say that. You know what I'm saying? Like if he did, but if he didn't, like I don't believe it. But that's another way how they're trying to tarnish him. And you got to say to yourself, why are they trying to tarnish Shador? He ain't do nothing. You can't make lies up on people. I honestly believe he should have got his lawyer on that. Guys, if it was me, my representation would have been on that. We didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Don't have Tom believing I said that shit about him. Because he got pulled. He got enough power for Shador to be out of the league. Because Skip said that's why he didn't go to Raiders. Because Tom was like, nah. And then look, it just came out recently that Tom is controlling the team. He is calling the shots. So something is up, yo. He was calling the shots for the Raiders. It came out now that he's calling the shots, and he has something to do with that roster, and he's working on it. So I don't know. I don't know why, but why the league said not. But according to Eric Dickerson, the leagues told the teams don't draft him, wait on it. And then when it went, if he fell so far, they said, okay, enough is enough now. Now draft him. I don't know why they did that. Like it confuses me because he don't come off as a bad person. I don't know why they would do something like that. But he is a Nepo baby. He is a Nepo baby. He is. And I don't know if he acts like it, but I don't know him personally, but he is a Nepo baby. And that's not nothing, it's not his fault, but he is. He's a Nepo baby. Nepo babies don't act like us. They don't act like somebody that has worked for it. They don't. It's not his fault. It's just the way he was brought up. And they may talk a certain way and it might rub people the wrong way. But that doesn't mean that he's a bad person. You know, that's not enough for me not to draft Shador. That's not enough. He has to have done something really wrong. Him growing up privileged is not a knock on him. Can he play though? That's what my first question is, do he know football? Number two, do he put the work in? That's all I need to know before I draft him. I don't give a damn who like if he's a Nepo baby. They don't like them, they don't like people overly confident, Casey. They don't like us overly confident. In fact, they don't like football players that's overly confident. Look what they did with Johnny Football. Johnny Football parents don't need the money. They already had money. You see what I'm saying? It's the same situation. That's why Johnny Football understands Shador. No, he's not self-made. He comes from wealth. That's exactly right. No, we're acknowledging that. They haven't had the same pitfalls as we did. You know what I'm saying? They haven't. And that's okay. It's just everybody, you can't knock people for how they grew up. But that's not enough. That's not a good enough reason to not draft him unless they feel like he was given everything. Because that's a friend of mine said. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, Shador has to prove himself. I'm like, why? He said, because he never had another coach. He never had to work for a position. And I said, that's the sentiment about him. He said, not really, but he said, for me, I want to see how he react to another coach. Because he only had one coach. He said he never had to work for his position. This is the first time that he had to actually work for a position. And we want to see how he handled it. So he handled it very well. He handled it so well that he started for the rest of the year. And he got his work in, as far as the game is whatever. So he handled it very well. So I think he's ready to go. And there's nothing wrong with having your dad as a coach, but I get it though. He never had to compete for a position. He never did. And that's not his fault. That's just how he was brought up. So that's the way they look. That's the way they judge him. And I heard that the league that he was in Texas was a bullshit league. Because you know how I had said to somebody, well, he played in Texas. There's ballers in Texas. They said, Max, he was in a bullshit ass league, yo. That league didn't mean shit. He was in some bullshit ass league in Texas. He wasn't with the real dogs. I said, really? He said, nah. And the person wasn't hating. He's correct about that. The league he was in wasn't really that competitive. He wasn't in like a regular, like the leagues in Texas. Like, Texas, their leagues is legendary. Like their leagues is off the hook. He wasn't in that league. But it don't matter. His dad was the one set it up. You know what I'm saying? Peyton Manning came up different. His dad wasn't a coach. His dad coached him early on, but I'm talking about high school. His dad wasn't a coach. Peyton Manning didn't have his dad as the coach in college. So this is a different situation. He had his father, Archie Manning. He already had a name in the game. But Shador is different. He had his dad as his coach. He never had another coach. He never had to compete for a position. Yeah, he had his own chart. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They had their own league. You said, thank you again. You said Prime had his own charter school. So that's why they're probably maybe thinking that he hasn't worked for anything. And I sure as hell know that they feel like he should have got his jersey retired. He didn't earn it. And I feel like shit, if he got y'all to a bowl game for the first time since 2004, like, damn, bro, give him some credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you sure as hell missing him last year. So he did have a big impact on that team. So they want to now. Don't get me wrong. If his dad wasn't a coach, his jersey wouldn't have got retired. I'm being real with y'all. This I'm telling you how this looks. His jersey wouldn't have got retired if it was another coach. That's nepotism of what happened there. Um, but has he earned his keep in the NFL? I would say yes, he did. And he actually handled himself. He exceeded my expectation. He handled himself very well. He handled himself very well, man. He's ready to go. Um, yeah, he handled himself very well. So he don't really, he's out of the what we call the cradle now. He's out of the nest. He's on to his own life now. And he was ready for it. You say he talking about how broke he was. He probably was. But he didn't have the same life I had. I got my shit out the mud. It's a different situation. I didn't have rich parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see how I drive around sometimes. I show you, man, I'm in the trenches for real. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain places I don't go to around here. Certain places I stay away from. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to this. It's nothing wrong with privilege, but it's nothing wrong with it. And God has blessed you to be privileged. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has blessings. You might not have all the money, but you have good health. Okay. You may not have had all the millions, but you have good health right now. You still get to enjoy this life just like they do. And they got all the money. You said Prom, and I lived in the same community in Prosper, Texas. Oh, yeah. Okay. You out in Prosper. Yeah. But the thing is, I respect the fact that he grew his platform the way he did. How do you say it? He just put it together and it worked. He put it together. And but they're very privileged. I can tell they are by the way they act, and they act like their dad. That's what they act. That's the best way I can say it. They're not living in reality. They're not living in regular reality. They're not. And it's okay. Rich people, they don't live in regular reality. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. And I don't knock them for that because like I said, everybody has their own blessings. I have blessings that I have peace of mind and I don't have nothing too serious going on. And I'm good. I was just talking to a young lady the other day. I'm just listening to her talk. And I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, man, like I ain't want to say it, but I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to ruin my peace of mind. Not for no bullshit. I'm just not. Peace of mind is worth everything. They all humble though. They are. Um, yeah, he was speaking up for him. He probably know it's not true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't like that they said that about. If I was Shadur, I would have got my lawyer on it. Y'all not gonna sit here and spread that on me. I would have sued somebody. I'm like, this is like you trying to hurt my career here. I would have made them apologize somehow. If he wasn't Shadur's coach in college, um, let me see. I don't really like to say what if on somebody's timeline because that's Shadur's timeline. We all have a timeline. that we were born into, right? Just go back to when you was 5 years old, all the way till now. You have a timeline. And some things about my timeline I would want to change. But hindsight is 2020. Somebody had this question for me. With the knowledge that you have now, would you relive your childhood over again with the same knowledge you have now and just grow up again with the knowledge you have now? I'm like, interesting. I don't know. That's like going back in time. Let me think about this. So, with the knowledge I have now, so if I go back in time, rewind the time to when I was like 13 years old, with the knowledge, will I keep the knowledge now? They say, yeah, you will keep all the knowledge in your head because you know what's going to happen. Huh? That's a cheat code. I said, dude, that might be a cheat code because I know all the investments to make. That's a cheat code. That's a damn cheat code right there. All I would do have to sit and wait for these companies to get established and be investors in it. And by the time I'm here now, I'll just be like damn near a billionaire. But I don't know. I don't know if I would go back in time. You just have your timeline. Yeah, if it's all knowledge you invest in betting, right? You say he changed his commitment to play with, right, he did change his commitment. So it's okay that he changed his commitment to play because Prime needed him. He did. Shadur was really awesome, man. He did some things, man. He was really a good player, really good ball player. And he made that thing work at Colorado, didn't he? He did make it work. So I don't want to change his timeline. His timeline is his timeline, and guess what? That's what makes him him. So let it be now. But he puts the work in, though. I know that much. He puts the work in. And shout out to Prime guys. I told you I wasn't the only one. Bucky making fun of his pops now. I thought I was the only one. Like, did he change or something? I've been watching Prime. Like, did he change? Is he not like? I can't explain it. Like he looked younger. I'm like, what's going on here? I said, oh, wait a minute. He got he not in the dark with her no more. If y'all know this, he not in the dark no more. I know she was like, you're not gonna have my ass in the dark. We together, goddamn it. We not. Oh shit. Let me stop. Let me not clown him. Let me not clown. Let me not clown the coach. Let me stop. I'm out of pocket now. I'm out of pocket. Yo, yo, listen. Well, okay, you said cancer will change a person's spirit also, but no, he always had a good spirit though. That's not what I'm talking about. He looks younger. He's happy. He's really somebody make him really happy. I said, what's going on with him? I've been watching. He act younger, everything. And I said, oh, I see it. Bucky's saying the same thing. I ain't want to say nothing. He happy as fuck, man. And then you hear him? Prime don't be doing all that shit. You know where they just went to? He don't really be doing it like that. He don't be carrying it like that. He said, yeah, we need to go out. We need to see certain things. Yeah, go Prime. Go Prime. Go Prime. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She gonna have him traveling too. She gonna have him traveling because he talking about he don't like to travel. You about to travel now. You about to travel now, sir. He said, man, Dion gray as hell. I mean, I'm gray. That ain't it. I'm talking about he looks younger. He looks like he looks happy. I be dying my joint too, man. Optimistic shit. So you not that age yet. You're not that age yet where you think about dyeing your beard, but you might get there one day. Maybe your your genetics, you might not ever turn gray. It's all in genetics. Some people embrace their gray. Um, yeah, I know she had him up there, and he chilling. He chilling, and that's a good thing. That's gonna help him during the season too. He got a clear mind. That's definitely gonna help him. That's gonna help him win this season because he got to relax a little bit. Coaching is stressful. He got to relax. Because you remember he was up there in Vail, he was saying, talking to the guy, he said, yeah, but we got to win and all that. No, coach, you got to relax, man. Relax. Relax. You got some players coming in. That's it. You got a new offensive coordinator. That's really all he needed, probably, is a coordination. And he'll eventually win. You just got to relax. It's a stressful job. You know what I'm saying? You just got to relax. You said, bro, I turn 40 next Friday. When my grade come in, I'ma love it. Well, good, man. Congratulations on turning 40. Happy early birthday. I wish you many more. And that's a big moment in your life, turning 40. And good thing the grade if the grade ain't come in yet, you say you about 40, shit. And you ain't got no grade, you good to go, man. No, I didn't. I started getting, yeah, I was gray already, I think. Yeah, I was gray already, man. All right, let me go because that game is on. Guys, I'm gonna get up out of here because the game is on. And I wanna see this. And we talked about some of the players yesterday, actually. You know what I'm saying? Taj White. Y'all look out for Taj White, man. 6'5", 334. He's an offensive tackle. Came in from Rutgers. That's who y'all need to watch out for, Taj White. Y'all gonna be pleasantly surprised about Taj White. But anyway, guys, let me get out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the game. They up by 3 right now, 3-0. Okay. All right, y'all. You said yes, sir. We head into the DR next week. All right, yo, man. Have a good time at the in the DR. Have a good time, man. Buy your liquor at the duty free store, and also bring a portable carbon monoxide detector. Go buy one. Get a portable one and keep it in your room at night. If that thing goes off, get the hell out of there. A lot of people die there because of that. I don't know if you know that. Get a portable carbon monoxide detector when you travel. You said you didn't even have facial hair at 40. So last year and a half, I've been enjoying having a little beard. It just depends. It's genetics. It's like some people don't even go gray. You're not even gray, are you? Some people don't even go gray. Shit, I might come back tonight. I don't know, after the game, maybe to talk about the game. But yeah, some people just don't go gray, bro. Some people they get their goatee and all that and they chilling. But man, I'm gray. I haven't embraced I embrace it. I'm okay with the gray. But I like dyeing it though. That's just me. It feels like I got a I went to the spa or something, you know, when I get my gray treated. And the thing is with me, it's because of my natural hair color. It makes my beard look dull if it's gray. It's not salt and pepper. I got shake and bake, and it looks dull. So when I dye it, it got bring texture to it, make it look fuller. That's why. But anyway, guys, let me get out of here. Let me go enjoy the game. I'll be back a little later. I'll talk to y'all later.